So, hello everyone. Today we are going to do the chapter accruals and prepayments. A very important chapter of your IGCSE syllabus. Okay. When we talk about accruals and prepayments, we are basically dealing with the outstandings and the prepaid or the pre-received parts of our expenses and incomes. Now we all know that our expenses is the amount that you spend to buy assets or do expenses which is necessary in the business. Now these expenses that you incur, whatever expenses you incur during the year, I'm repeating, whatever expenses you incur during the year, for the year, they are transferred to the income statement. They are transferred to the income statement irrespective of the fact whether you have paid for those expenses or not. That means you pay or you do not pay. If the expense is related to the year, if the expense is related to the year, it will be transferred to the income statement. Similarly, as far as we talk about incomes, whatever income you have earned during the year, whether you received or not, it becomes a part of your income and it is transferred to the income statement. So the question over here is, what about the expenses that you have incurred but not yet paid? That you have incurred but not yet paid. That is called your outstanding or accrued expenses. Outstanding or accrued expenses are those expenses that you did not pay yet. So it is your liability, and because it is a liability, you still have to pay it. An outstanding expense has a credit balance. Similarly, when you talk about a prepaid expense, that is you paid extra in the current year. You paid something which is not related to current year. It is called a prepaid expense. Paid something which is not related to the current year, it is called a prepaid expense. And anything that you've paid in advance are your assets, okay? And assets always have a debit balance. So when I talk about expense, you need to be careful about the three aspects of expenses. The first aspect is outstanding expense. Second aspect is your prepaid expense. And the third part is expense for the year. You should be very clear with these three parts. Expenses is classified into three parts. First part is your outstanding expense. Second part is your prepaid expense. And third is expense for the year. Whatever is outstanding expense means this is expense for the year, but still it is yet to be paid. It is still to be paid. It is a liability for the business. It is yet to be paid. It is still to be paid. It is a liability for the business and they will have a credit balance. That means your opening outstanding expenses will have a credit balance. And what about prepaid expenses? These are expenses that you have paid in advance. It is not related to the current year. It is not related to the current year. Okay, so prepaid expense is your assets, and an opening prepaid expense balance will be a debit balance. So what is expense for the year? Expense for the year is anything that is related to the current year, anything that is related to the current year, whether you have paid or not. This thing conforms to the accrual principle. And accrual principle tells you that whether you have paid or not paid, anything which is related to the current year should be debited to the income statement. Okay, right now we will concentrate on making an expense account. Okay, so let's recall what did we do related to the expense. Come on, our expenses. We will be making an expense account. So we are talking about expenses. First thing, you should know about an outstanding or accrued expense. And the second thing, you should know about a prepaid expense. Outstanding expense, amount yet to be paid. Prepaid expense, amount paid in advance. Okay, outstanding expenses are your liabilities and they have a credit balance. Prepaid expenses are your assets and they have a debit balance. You should always know this. This is the most important thing that you should know when you're doing the chapter prepaids and accruals. Outstandings, expenses, amount yet to be paid, they have a credit balance. So when I make an expense account, if I have a balance begin down on the first date, if I have a balance begin down on the credit side, it would represent outstanding expenses. If I have a balance begin down on the credit side, it would represent my opening outstanding expenses. Now always remember, opening balances always appear on the same side. But when we talk about the closing balances, on the last date, the closing balance would always appear on the opposite side. Opening balances will always appear on the same side. However, on the last date, closing balance would appear on the opposite side because after closing the account, this balance is carried forward. So the balance closed down becomes the balance begin down on the first day of the next month. So this closing balance would also represent your closing outstanding expenses. Opening balance on the same side. Outstanding expenses have a credit balance. Opening balance on the same side. Outstanding expenses have a credit balance. So if I have a balance begin down on the credit side, it would represent an opening outstanding expenses. Okay? And closing balance, we will write on the opposite side. Because on the first day of the next month, it will come on its original side. So This is again your opening outstanding expenses. When I prepare an expense account, first thing I should know, where will an outstanding expense appear? Outstanding expense has a credit balance. It will appear on the credit side. Outstanding expenses have a credit balance. It will appear on the credit side. Now let's talk about our prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses, that means an amount that is paid in advance. Amount paid in advance are your assets and they have a debit balance. Amount paid in advance are your assets and they have a debit balance. So when I'm making an expense account, and on the first date, if I have a balance begin down on the debit side, what will it represent? It would represent an opening prepaid expense. It would represent an opening prepaid expense. Now always note this point. Opening balance on the same side. How about the closing balance? Closing balance on the opposite side. So, if I am to record the closing balance of prepaid expense, so on the last date, I will record it as a balance closed down. This is the closing prepaid. Opening balance on the same side, closing balance on the opposite side. It is just the recording on the opposite side. On the first day of the next month, it will come back to its original side. On the first date of the next month, it will come on the opposite side. So balance begin down. I'm just carrying forward this balance. So this is again your opening prepaid expenses. What is it again? Your opening prepaid expenses. So we have learned where will I record opening prepaid. Opening prepaid is your asset. It is your current asset. Opening outstanding expenses, it is your current liability. It has a credit balance. Prepaid expenses are your assets. They will have debit balances. Opening on the same side, closing on the opposite side. Outstanding expenses will have a credit balance. Opening on the same side, closing on the opposite side. After you have recorded the opening and closing balances, the next thing that you have to look forward for are the two important things that you have to look forward for. First is expense paid. First is expense paid. And the second thing that you have to look forward is expense for the year transferred to the income statement. First you have to look forward for is the expense paid. And second thing that you will look forward for is expense for the year transferred to the income statement. Let's look forward at expense paid. So when I'm paying an expense, my money is going out. So if the money goes out, how will I record it? Cash, bank, credit. And expense being nominal account, I would say expense debit. So expense debit, cash bank credit. This is the journal entry that I pass to record the payment of expense. Now expense paid, expense debit, expense debit, expense debit. So on the debit of the expense, on the debit side of the expense, I will record my entry for expense paid. What will I write? Cash bank, the opposite account. This entry I will pass on the date of payment. Now next thing, expense for the year is transferred to the income statement. Always remember that a transfer of a debit would always happen on the credit. Transfer of a debit would always happen on the credit. So when you transfer the expense paid to the income statement, okay, you will only transfer the expense for the year, and a transfer of a debit would always be on the credit. So I will write expense credit. I will write expense credit, and I'm going to transfer this expense for the year. I'm repeating it. I will transfer the expense for the year. I will transfer the expense for the year to the income statement. So I will say income statement debit. You can also use the word profit or loss account, income statement debit. Now let's do the posting of this transfer entry. Expense credit, expense credit. So on the credit side of the expense, I will write income statement. On the credit side of the expense, I will write income statement, and this I will do on the last date. Last date. What is the amount that you will transfer to the income statement? Can anybody tell me what is the amount that we can transfer to the income statement? We can transfer the expense for the year. We can transfer the expense for the year to the income statement. Now let's recall. Let us recall again our concept of expense account. Okay. So if you're making an expense account, I should know what and where should be recorded. An opening balance on the debit side represents prepaid. I'm pausing a little so that you all could also recall. An opening balance on the credit side represents outstanding expense or expenses accrued. Outstanding expense as a credit balance, prepaid expense as a debit balance. Then we talk about expenses paid. When I pay an expense, expense or debit, so on the debit side of the expense, I will write cash bank. This is an entry for payment. So payment of expenses would appear on the debit side of an expense account. Then I will record the closing balances. Closing balances would always appear on the opposite side. So the closing prepaid would appear on the credit side. Closing outstanding would appear on the debit side. After doing that, I can find what is the amount that will go to my income statement. The expense for the year is transferred to the income statement on the last date. Okay, so I hope everyone is clear with the format of the expense account. Let's keep in mind this format. and do 2-3 sums which would make our concepts a bit clear. I would also be solving the past paper questions. So please do not hesitate. Keep on watching the videos in the synchronization, which will help you clear all your concepts and also solve your past paper question. Let's do this sum. A business pays rent at the rate of 1,000 per month. Now, because we are doing examples, we will take 1st Jan as our first date and 31st December as our last date for the year. Business pays rent at the rate of $1,000 per month. In a given year, the amount that he actually paid by check amounted to 13,000. Show rent account. So I will be showing my rent account. Tell me, how much is the amount that he's actually paid? Very well, $13,000. So do you know the entry for recording payment of expense? Expense debit, cash bank credit. So he has paid the expense and he has actually paid $13,000. Since I do not know the date, I will record it as December 31, and he has actually paid 13,000 via check. So I will write bank. That means he had to pay for the year. Expense for the year is how much? Expense for the year is 1,000 per month into 12. It comes up to 12,000. So expense for the year is 12,000. So amount that would be transferred to the income statement on the last date on December 31 would also be 12,000. Remember, accrual accounting tells you that you have to transfer to the income statement only the expense for the year. A year has 12 months, so 1,000 per month into 12 would give you 12,000. It means you have prepaid 1,000. You know that the opening prepaid appears on the debit side. So the closing prepaid would appear on the credit side. So I will write balance closed down. This is my prepaid 1,000. I could also get this as a balancing figure. Let's see. The total of my debit side is heavier. 13,000 I will write on both the sides. From this 13,000, if I am going to subtract the 12,000, I will get 1,000 as my closing balance. This is nothing but the prepaid, closing prepaid. I will transfer this on the opposite side. You get 1 mark to transfer it. So Jan 1 of the next year, 1,000, the balance closed down will become the balance begin down. It's very easy. You should just know how to record it. I have given a self-evaluation worksheets. If you all like this video, you all can subscribe to my channel. I could also share this worksheet with you so that you all can solve it yourself. You can self-evaluate. Opening prepaid appears on the debit side. So the closing prepaid would appear on the credit side. And then again, in the next year, it comes on the original side. Okay? Remember, this prepaid, okay, it is an asset for you. It will appear in the current assets. Amount paid in advance. So under the heading other receivables. Okay.